Joan Esposito, live, local, and progressive on WCPT 820.
We're live in Tinley Park, where our good friend, the Southland Friends of Labor, have sponsored our day today. Let us begin with two of the most famous of these Southland Friends of Labor. Tom McGrath and Shawn Craven are here. They are both from Insulators Local 17. Welcome, gentlemen. How are you today?
Well, it's great to be with you today, Joan. Welcome to everybody, the Southland Friends of Labor. It's an honor to be here with everyone and to be able to host this event.
Nice job. You've got a future in radio, Tom. Shawn?
Yep, nice to meet you also. Yeah, it's good to have everybody here. It's good to get the word out for union work and Friends of Labor.
Okay, I want to ask you guys a little bit about yourselves. Tom, how long have you been a union member?
I've been a member for 36 years.
And what have been the various jobs you've had during that time?
I was a rank-and-file member for 26 years, where I completed a 5-year apprenticeship program. Then I was elected as an officer. I've served as an officer for 22 years, both part and full-time. I've been full-time officer as a business agent, financial secretary, and now I'm the business manager for the past 2 years.
Wow. You're a glutton for punishment.
Yes, I am.
Shawn, tell me a little bit about your background.
So, yeah, I started with Local 17. My first job, I was actually just turned 17 years old. I was doing summer help with my dad in 1991 down at the State of Illinois building in Chicago. Then I went to college for a second, and then I started back in the trade in 93, and I've been in the permit work up until 99, and then I got my apprentice card, served my 5-year apprenticeship, and got my journeyman's card in 2005.
Wow. And is this an anniversary year for the Insulators, 125?
Yes, it is. We just celebrated our 125-year anniversary.
Wow.
It was a milestone we hit on September 14th of this year. So it was quite an event. It was an honor to be able to host the event at the AM Ballroom in Chicago this year.
Shawn, you said you went to college for, I believe you said 5 minutes or something like
right.
that.
Yeah, that was a little longer.
One of the things that I've been so happy to see over the last couple of years is the trades making a comeback as not just what you do if you fail or flunk out of college, but as a choice. I think we really lost our way. When I was first in Chicago, so many of the high schools offered a whole vocational program. And bit by bit, that stuff seemed to disappear and everything was college, college, college. And college isn't right for everybody. And there's a lot of different ways to do satisfying work that allows you to support a family. Talk about that if you would.
So, yeah, the trades is definitely a great place to go if college is not for somebody. You can have a good living. Like I tell a lot of people, if you work in the trades, are you going to be rich? No, but you'll be able to provide for your family. You'll be able to have a nice house, drive a nice car, hopefully provide for your kids to go to college if that's the path that they decide to take. Go on a couple of vacations, and then when you retire, you'll be able to retire with some dignity. You have a pension, you have some money in the bank, which is, it's a good thing. And when you get done with the apprenticeship, if you do go to, through a trade school, you don't come out with $100,000 a year or $100,000 debt that you would if you went to college. So, and you get to have a good living.
And, being a lifetime union member, I took the fact that I was going to get a pension for granted. I just figured every profession must provide a pension, right? And I was really, as I've learned more about other career paths, it astounds me how many people don't have that kind of protection from their union. That, and it's great. I mean, when you're young, you need to do some investing on your own. And I'm not saying that you don't supplement or that sort of thing, but at least I knew I had a safety net coming, and I think that's one of, maybe when you're 20, it doesn't sound like such a perk, but that's to me one of the best things about being in a union.
Correct. We work very diligently around here at Local 17 to educate our members from when they start as apprentices, to let them know how their health care program works, what we offer, how their eligibility works, let them know how they vest in their pension plans. We're very fortunate that we have both a defined benefit and defined contribution, which is an annuity or 401k plan, which provides us very, very spectacular benefits for everybody.
Yeah. And, we should go back to basics, because not everybody who's listening is familiar with unions and the different jobs that they do. So, Shawn, what work does the Insulators union do?
So we do what's called mechanical insulation. A lot of people hear of insulation, they think of like walls and ceilings, the envelope of a building, and we don't do any of that. We do the mechanical portions of the building, so the ductwork, the piping, boilers, stuff like that. We also not only work in commercial buildings, but we're also in on the industrial side at refineries, chemical plants. And a lot of people might see outside their house, you have your air conditioning unit, you might have that foam rubber coming off the back of it. Well, now imagine a facility like a Northwestern downtown, the hospital downtown. The amount of mechanical piping in there is astronomical. So we insulate all that stuff, and it helps the facility just run better.
And because you mentioned hospitals, it's not a one-size-fits-all profession. I would imagine that the kind of work you have to do in a hospital has certain demands, certain restrictions, as opposed to the kind of work you would do in a factory. I mean, things about airflow and
for sure.
germ
Not only
control.
that, just also the application of the insulation that's going on there. So something that's outdoors, you're going to have different weather barriers that's going on there. So metal, stuff like that we also have to, train our members in installing that properly also. And not only that, you'd also have to realize what type of system are you insulating, whether it's hot or cold, because cold work, you're going to be worried about condensation forming on the pipe or the ductwork, which can create mold. So we'll insulate that to prevent the mold from starting. And then hot work, we're worried about conserving energy.
Mm-hmm. Tom, talk to me about the apprenticeship process.
So Local 17 currently, it's funny you asked that, has changed their application process, where you can go to local17insulators.com and do your entire application process through the online portal that we have. It is on the apprenticeship app, correct, Shawn?
Yep.
What are you looking for in an applicant?
We're just looking for somebody that wants to put in, give a good day's work, come in, and everyone's going to be treated equally, no matter what your skin color is, male, female, or anything. We want everybody to have an opportunity here from start to finish.
Is there a line in there for older radio hosts?
Absolutely.
just asking for a friend. And you said the apprenticeship program is 5 years?
Yes, it's a 5-year program.
How does it work? How is the balance of classroom learning and on-the-job training?
So we have like we said, it's a 5-year program. They do a minimum of 144 training hours here in the apprenticeship, and then they also do on-the-job training of minimum of 1,600 hours a year. But most members work well over 1,600 hours a year. You work 40 hours a week with 2 weeks vacation, you're at 2,000 hours. And we don't have the ebbs and flows that some of the other trades may. We work year-round.
Really?
Yeah, the colder it is, the better.
Not seasonal
No,
at all?
not at all. No, the hotter and the colder it is, the better it's going to be for our members, because that's when stuff starts going down.
Mm-hmm. And when you say there's classroom work, like what do you learn in the classroom?
So our apprentices, they do like parallel line development.
I'm sorry?
Parallel line development.
I'm sorry?
Right.
What was that?
So it's just, it's learning the compositions of the insulation and the layouts for them, because a lot of the stuff that we install is not already prefabricated. We have to fabricate our own work. So they have to learn these different layouts as far as lateral Ys, Ts, eccentric reducers, so on and so forth. Blueprints. We teach safety also, so there's a lot of OSHA classes, OSHA 10, OSHA 30, and all of our apprentices go out trained in CPR first aid in case something goes on out in the field.
Asbestos training and asbestos awareness as well, because a lot of these older facilities that we work in, you might see the older systems that have not been removed yet. You have to have an awareness of asbestos. Because,
what it looks like, yeah.
Well, prior to being called the heat frost insulators, our titles, we were called the asbestos workers.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, my. And so you guys were on the front lines of learning about the dangers of that to the human body.
Correct. Like my father and Shawn's father both installed asbestos.
Wow.
Correct.
Are there still a lot of older buildings that still have asbestos in them?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Really?
Yeah. They don't get rid of the asbestos unless it's damaged, because asbestos is still doing what it's supposed to do. But for the most part, if it's damaged, they get rid of it. But
because that's when, the fibers come out and cause a problem in the air?
Yes, that's when you breathe it in and people get mesothelioma.
My God. Do you guys wear hazmat suits on the job?
Absolutely. PPE it's a priority, not a necessity. Anywhere from half mask to full face respirators when they do asbestos removal to when they're installing any type of mechanical insulation with the proper PPE will be safety glasses, gloves, and even a paper respirator, depending upon what products you're installing.
And when you guys remove the asbestos, is there a safe way to eliminate it? I mean, is it buried? Is it burned? What do you do?
It gets buried within 24 hours of, not removal, but by the time it gets into the container to get taken away by the Department of Transportation, it's got to be buried under a certain amount of dirt within 24 hours.
To keep it safe.
Yeah.
Do you have any problems these days now that we know asbestos is a problem and that you do have the PPE? Do you feel confident that this can be done safely?
Yes, it can be done safely as long as you follow the correct procedures.
Wow. Thank you so much. There's so many more things that I want to ask you, but we are running out of time. But if you hang around and we have a little extra time, maybe I'll bring you back.
Okay.
By the way, 5-year apprentice program, I would never last. 5 years from now, I want to be in my recliner full time.
Well, our motto is you earn while you learn.
Okay, maybe you got me back again. All right. Tom McGrath and Shawn Craven from Insulators Local 17, thank you so very much for starting off our